So here we are. Hello, is this camera? Yes, I am. I can see. And today, and this is quite interesting. I see people doing this. Here, it's here, there, go over there. Another one's like here. Then I look at the wrong camera, then they have somebody else like, hola. And then I say hello, and then it's quite interesting. Yeah. When you're in your studio, it's completely different than what we're used to. So today I'm going to give two short messages. And first, I'm going to speak about before getting married. And this is very important. And also we have a book which says before getting married, eyes wide open. We need to know who are we going to get married to. And sometimes it's quite interesting that the people they're so in love that they can't even see how this person truly is. And then there are people that are warning them, their friends are telling them, don't waste your time with this person, or his friends saying, and also their friends and their parents saying, open your eyes. And sometimes it's so difficult for us to open our eyes. But it's before we get married that we have to have our eyes wide open. So, in order for me to show you what I mean by this as an example, let's see this spot. So this is to show that we need to have our eyes wide open. And sometimes it's our friends, and sometimes it's our parents that say, be wise, make sure you see, because sometimes when people are in love, they don't really see how the person truly is. And really and truly, it's important for us to know that before getting married, we need to know who the person is. Because at the end of the day, marriage is for the rest of your life. It's not an option that you make today and then like just to play around, but it's a decision that we make for the rest of our life. So it's important that we don't get married with just anyone. So this is why we need to have our eyes wide open. Open for what? Well, no one's perfect. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has everybody has things that are, let's say, their weakness and stuff. Everybody has that. But before getting married, we need to have our eyes wide open to see these things and not to say, oh, no, this person is not enough because I need someone that's perfect. But for us to be able to decide whether, okay, this person has these flaws, okay, or this little weakness in them. Am I going to be able to live with that? Because most likely they're not going to change. Do you know why? Because it's before getting married, that the person presents their best. Before getting married, the boy or the girl, they present the best because they want to win you over. And of course, they want to win you over, they have the goal. So they present the best. So what's presented to us is the best, is the best version. When they're awake, when they're in the good terms, when they have the makeup on, with all their clothes and all their, all their hairstyle looking beautiful, when he's nice and everything. So we need to know that what we see and what's presented to us is their best version. So we need to open our eyes and see beyond that. And so how can we see that? Well, one of the ways in which we can see that is that we look at their family, how they treat or how he or she treat their brothers and sisters and family. How is the relationship at home? Because that at home is the norm to them. That is like saying it's their culture. They came from that culture. For them, it's normal. So when we, like, for example, see that they mistreat their brother, sister, always scream at their brother, at their siblings and hit their siblings, they do this because they have no respect whatsoever to them. And the person thinks, I'm different because they treat me completely different. He loves me so much. He speaks so well. He's so sweet. He says all great things. I'm different. Well, his sisters, look at his sisters, like. But listen, it's before getting married that you're the target. You are their goal. But in a moment in which you have been won over, in which you got married to that person, you become the norm to him as well. You become part of his family, which means from now on, he's going to treat you the same way he treats nowadays his sisters. Because our family, we don't need to impress them, but we are the way that we are with them, whether we're in a good, we wake up in a good mood or not, we don't care because they're your siblings. If I'm irritated, I don't care how I react towards them. We wouldn't care. We are the way that we are at home. But after getting married, everything turns to the norm. No one can put on a facade for such a long time. So it's important for us that before getting married, we keep our eyes wide open and see how they treat their siblings. How is the culture at home? This is their way of living, what they think it's the norm. All of that is what he's going to bring towards the family. And now something else. It's important to know that marriage has a purpose. Dating isn't the purpose. Some people have purpose. I want to have a boyfriend. I want to have a girlfriend. I want to have someone. It doesn't matter. I just need anyone. Because if not, they're nobody. Because then they're going to lose their prestige. Because they need to have a girlfriend. They need to have someone beside them. Dating is not the goal. Really and truly, dating actually has a purpose. The purpose of dating actually is to get married. So it's something that's actually serious. So people shouldn't play around with dating. If you don't want to get married to this person, then don't start dating them. Because sometimes people say, getting married with this person, I wouldn't, but they're a nice person, so then why not? Let's just date. But it's just to fool around. It's nothing serious. It's nothing serious. You were playing with fire. You were playing with somebody else's emotion. You're playing with something that's serious, and it's most likely that the person is going to be so involved that they fall in love with this person and then get married to that person, but really and truly they never actually wanted to get married to that person, because at the very beginning you already knew, you saw those flaws, you know certain things, and you never wanted to get married to someone like that, because you have purpose in life, you want to do certain things in life, you have certain path that you want to take, and you want to serve God, you want to do certain things, and then you already know that dating this person, you weren't on the same path. So you know it wasn't going to work out. So it's pointless in getting married. So I'm saying before getting married, getting your eyes wide open. And actually before even dating, keep your eyes wide open. Because sometimes people start dating, they have their eyes halfway shut. Everything is so perfect and lovely and dovey, and it becomes more difficult for us to see the truth, for us to see how this person is, because too much emotions are involved. So we need to have our eyes wide open, and when we see that it's not going to work out, then we stop the dating. And also, dating is not marriage, because some people think when they start dating, they think this is the person, the right person, they like this person, but then you start dating this person, you start seeing that really and truly there's certain things that seems a bit too complicated, and that too much conflict. If it doesn't work out, don't force it. If before getting married and you're just dating and you need pastoral consultation, something's not right. And who's given the consultation will say, well, God says, or I say it's not, but I can stop. Why are you wasting your time? We're speaking about each other's future. So at the dating phase, if it's not working out, end it. But now we don't say, oh, okay, it didn't work out. Next one, okay, the next one. No, we need to take this seriously. You should only date when you actually think, okay, I think that this is the right person for me. And if it does happen that it doesn't work out, okay, don't complicate things, just finish the relationship because it's not married yet. The dating phases, this has the purpose to get to know each other, to see if this is the right person for you, in which the person that you want to share your life with, because marriage is forever. Marriage is not something, it's not a contract for 2 years and then you renew it if you want to, or you make the decision, okay, let's renew it. No. There are people that they renew their vows. Some people do their. I never quite understood why do you need to renew your vows. I just thought that if you're going to do your vows, you only do it once. It makes it seems like the one that you did before didn't mean anything, and then afterwards, okay, after 25 years, and then another 5 years, and another 5 years, let's renew the vows again. Just do the vows once. Yes is yes, no is no. I want to get married to you and I want to share the rest of my life with you, and that's it. And over. What more vows could you give? I don't know, ask for an extra anointing maybe, or bring more, but renew your vows. I never quite understood this, but okay. We need to also have our eyes wide open, and we need to see what's in the other person's heart. We shouldn't hear too much what the person says, but actually we have to have our eyes open to see how the person is, how the person lives. Because they could say all the right words, but really and truly what they're living, how is their way of actually of living, how is their character. They can say, oh, I want to serve God, I love God so much, but then they never go to church. So meaning their words actually don't mean nothing. Or someone that makes so much promises but never actually complies with any of the promises. You don't want to get married to someone like that. Because today they say one thing and they're not going to comply. And then tomorrow they say one thing, then they don't do it. And then they change their ideas. If it's like that, this person is just like that. So especially women, they're very sensitive to what they hear. Actually, when the devil deceived Eve, what did he do? He started to speak to her. Because the women, they're more sensitive to what they hear. Not so much about what they see. Men, they like to, are more moved by what they see. This is why men in general, they want a beautiful girlfriend. Because they think the image is very important. But for women, for youth, they're very beautiful, yes. And then they have very ugly, some of them have ugly boyfriends. You think, how is it possible that they date someone that's ugly? You're thinking, how this is impossible. She's so beautiful and he's so ugly. But then afterwards, why did she fall in love with him? Because she fell in love with his character. She fell in love with the way that he speaks. She didn't worry so much about how he appears. What's more important for a woman is how he speaks, what he says. She's actually won over by his words, while men are more won over by what they see. That's why women get themselves all pretty and stuff, is to draw men in, and many men, especially men. They're not really boys that like to be a player. They say the right words and they able to get so many girls at the same time. Us girls, we hear words and very easily we're deceived by words. While men are more by sight. Oh, she's so beautiful. And then the friend said, don't you see? Look at what she says. But yes, she's pretty, but she's so foolish and she's beautiful, okay, and she's stupid. But she's stupid. But then she's beautiful and the guy is ugly. There's so much contrast that you find out in this world. But these are cases, but we don't have nothing to do. This has nothing. Each one make their own decision. So we're here speaking about the future. So I need to have eyes wide open because that person, I'm going to share my life with this person. It's a pact that this person is going to make. Marriage is not a joke. It's actually an alliance. It's a pact that we make with this person in which we become one. The Bible says that when God created man and together, and it's so when we get when someone gets married, they join together. What do we join together? All the good side, all our strong side, all our strong points, all our weak points, everything all together. And then we start to live this new life together. So you don't want to join with just anybody. You need to think about your future. This is why the movies that people see in the TVs and stuff, it's just deceit. And people fall in love and everything is sort of based on emotions and it's all based on love has its path and we can't do nothing about this because love is more powerful. What more can I do? I can't do no. Yes, there are feelings and emotions. However, I'm not guided by my emotion. I'm in charge of my emotion because if I don't like this person, I may like what they say. I may like this person, but I can see certain things in this person's life that I can say, I don't want that. And that way I don't care about my emotions because I know in the future I'm going to have problems. And the danger is when you're dating someone that have addiction, alcohol addiction, drugs, gambling, these or the addiction of lying, these are addiction that actually we see it's a flaw in their character. That's a huge problem. It's like, but I like him so much. He's going to, you could just see he's so nice. He speaks so well. But you know something? He has this problem. That's not a small problem. That is not a problem that he wakes up. It's not like compared to a problem that he just woke up in a bad mood. No, it's a problem that's going to influence your future. It's going to influence your 24 hours per day. Someone that has an addiction is focused in those addiction, which means that when he gets to that point, that means all that money is going to go towards your addiction. At all time, it's going to go to that addiction because really and truly, first of all, it's his addiction. So you need to be careful when it's someone that has addiction. That is already getting married with a huge problem. When someone goes on with this, and because they like the person so much, they're actually already planning a life full of problems. And who asked for it? Yourself, you planned it. And so we need to be careful with this. And then afterwards, we have what we call the evangelistic dating. It's when you date someone that's not saved yet in Christ, and you want to serve God, you want to be in God's path, and the guy that you like, he doesn't want nothing to do with God, but he's so nice, and no one in church is like him. But just one thing is missing. He's not saved. He doesn't care about God. But it's just this little thing. The person say, okay, I'm going to evangelize. I'm going to win him over to Christ. And then they start what we call an evangelistic dating. It's like, he's going to convert. And then every Friday's in the list of 5 to 15. No, it's not even a list. It's only one person there. It's just him. He's the one that needs to be saved. Him. And the person is only focused in this. He's going to get saved. And the person intercedes and everything. But at the same time, because they're dating, you get so involved emotionally and deeper and then deeper and deeper. You fall in love with this person. They could be a good person. They could be a very nice person. They could be a responsible person. They can be someone that has everything that you need. But if he doesn't have the most important thing in life, then don't start dating. Stop it. Distance yourself from that person. Don't be saying, okay, I'm going to stay here on the side and see. He's going to convert. I know. I'm just here waiting. No. Don't wait because you don't know. Salvation is an option that each person needs to make, and you don't know if this person's going to be saved or not. So we have to be careful with these things. We need to have our eyes wide open. We need to think about the future because it's your future. And especially when when it's someone that's young, they want to have this boy, has to be like this and many things. But then as age goes on, they say, no, listen, he just needs one thing. And as the person gets old, and if had like 7 points that he needs to have, as the years go by, has less until it gets to the point where it's just anyone, it could be anyone. But you don't want just anyone. You want the right person that God has got prepared for you, someone which you are going to share your life with. Because the worst thing is to get married to someone in which, you're going to be unhappy. You're better off not getting married. Some people think, not being married, you're the unhappiest person in life. No. When you're not married yet, you're free. You can make your own decisions. You can have friends, you can do many things. You're not dependent on anything. You don't have a husband to take care of. You can do all your diets that you want. You can eat or not eat. You're free to do whatever you like. You can buy all the clothes that you want. I can choose anything. No one's going to say, no, don't use this. No. Really, truly, you're really free. And the person say, but I want to get married. Okay, I understand. I wanted to get married and I got married. But what must the person do while they're not married yet? Work on your character. Be a better version of yourself to get married. If you're someone that you're always find it hard to forgive people, well, work on that area first. Maybe you be better, that way you're going to be helping your future marriage. So when you find the right person, you're a better version of yourself, then your marriage is not going to have this problem because you already resolved many problems on your side. So this is my advice. So now, to close off this first study, I would like to show another clip. So let's see another clip. A publicity actually.
Antes de casar, olhos bem abertos.
Before getting married, keep your eyes wide open. Available in kuriaxeditora.com. So keep your eyes wide open and get this book, because in this book there's more information.